And welcome back to another episode of Underdog Podcast. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I enjoyed my weekend. Spent all Saturday running around the city. Kids, one child got a basketball game, the other child had a volleyball game, so that was good. They played great. They played okay. Let's not talk it up too much, like right. Let them get fooled themselves. So they played well. They can still always do better. There's always room for improvement, right? You not have to necessarily be perfect. You don't have to necessarily be horrible. But there's always room for improvement, and they're pretty well. They're pretty good off. So I'm proud of them and stuff, and the progress they made. And this week is with the FSA, so I think it's this Florida State assessment. One of these stupid standardized tests, and I hate standardized tests. It's so annoying. It doesn't judge or grade anybody's skill set. What damn education in America kills me, man. But it is what it is. I told him not to be nervous. Made sure we all woke up early, got him a good breakfast, cooked some breakfast for him and stuff. So he should be well fed, full bellies, good to go, brains working, all that good shit. So they can knock out this stupid government state funded tests and be done with it and go about their lives. And I mean, there's nothing new for them anyway, so they already been doing this stuff. But so hey, don't freak out. Stay calm, breathe, relax. It's just a stupid test. You're way smarter than any fucking test that they can ever give you. So that was my motivational speech and advice for them for the day. And I'm pretty sure they'll probably get another one because I stayed with a bunch of motivational speeches because, well, I gotta motivate my goddamn self. So I gotta push it on to everybody and stuff. My daughter's friend, one of her best friends, or the top list of her best friend, whatever. And they had a birthday party, and then my daughter's friend and my daughter's friend's little brother, also same age as my son, so they're friends as well, which is kind of cool, right? So hanging out, and then the parents are cool, so that was good. Get to talk to the other adults with the same age kids, outside my own family member and stuff like that. So that's nice every now and then. And I hung out around the kids for a little bit, ate some pizza because what's a kid's birthday party without some pizza and some cake? Made sure I ate their food. Kids' birthday parties are always great when you don't have to pay for shit. When you can just show up, eat the food, hang out for a little bit, and bounce. That's the best time. And the mother was kind enough to let both my kids stay actually, so I had a night off. It's pretty great for me. I didn't know what to do with myself, so I got high and play video games. I was like, well, what do I do? Do I go out? I haven't been out in a long time. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna sit here. I was playing Outriders. No, was I playing Outriders? No, I was playing NBA 2K. It doesn't matter. I was in my own world, having fun. No, not having to worry about the kids and stuff. And that's the way I like it. It's funny because they call me still, but it's still good though. I enjoyed it. My little night off, so I appreciate that. Small victories in life, right? Right? Because especially like with my best friend, my ex sister in law, whatever, and they were down here living in my city and stuff like that. The kids would have them and stuff, and then my ex wife when she was in the city, stuff like that. Have the kids and all this other bullshit, but you get your time off and here and there throughout. I personally don't like to have people watch my kids. If I got something I want to do, I need to schedule around when I won't have them and whatever that case may be. But to be honest with you, nothing I want to do anyways right now. Well, I done hung out, I've been to bars, been to clubs, stuff, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. So now, if I do want to go out, I mean, I really just want to go somewhere nice, somewhere close by the house or whatever, have a little drink, listen to some music, and go about my day. And I'm not trying to get wasted and stuff. I don't even like alcohol anyway, so I'm a social drinker. So I don't want nothing too strong, be around too many kids and stuff, or too many kids, too many people or whatever. But I enjoyed it. So it was nice. Hopefully, be a good week ahead of us, and shit, whatever happens, happens. You roll with the punches, you deal with it. So let's go ahead and get into today's topics. Oh man, so for the video version of the podcast, prepare your eyes to see this shit. Bam, just throw it right out there at you. This dude is a clown, bro. This is a clown. This is y'all president's son, right? Grown ass man. This is y'all president's son. Can you imagine if one of Trump's kids was doing shit like this, bro? Please, he would never. He would have been ostracized. He would have been destroyed. But here's Hunter Biden. So I think I did an episode before about Hunter Biden, somewhere in time frame. I think October, something like that. And that was when a lot of stuff that came out about his laptop. I remember the New York Post got banned off Twitter because they reported on Hunter Biden's. But you know, these whole so-called conspiracy theories are crazy things that people want to say. They're not even waiting years to go by now. Now it's a few months, right? It was a 6-month cycle now. It don't even matter. So this is from the Daily Mail. So you take it for what it is. But I mean, shit, you can do your own research. You can find some disgusting shit on Hunter Biden's laptop. And we're talking about, underage girls, right? We're talking about incest, right? Him with his own family members. And this is the same guy, I think, that married his dead brother's wife. I try not to judge anybody, but hey, I don't know about that, bro. I don't. I mean, I guess you're supposed to take care of the family. I don't know. That's just me. It's kind of odd, kind of shady, whatever. So it says exclusive. I don't know how much of exclusive that is. What wasn't in Hunter Biden's book? It's not exclusive, bro. It's already on the internet, but whatever. So Hunter Biden came out with his tell-all book. Because these people love to fucking write books about themselves and then sell it. And then all of a sudden it'd be like a top seller and stuff like that. Man, these dude's pictures is killing me, man. Look at how fucked up his teeth look, man. It looks like a drug addict's teeth, man. Especially in Florida, something like a meth head. Damn, his teeth is really fucked up, bro. This is disgusting. I shouldn't make fun of him, but whatever. Fuck it. Says how he got unauthorized Secret Service protection, begged Joe to run for White House to salvage his own reputation, and made porn films with prostitutes. Forensic experts prove laptop is president's son's. So for those of us who's already, your researchers, your independent thinkers, stuff like that, they'll call us conspiracy theorists, but no, we actually just read the articles and read the documents. We don't let the news tell us stuff. We do our own research. This shit was already known. So this is nothing new. So I'm just rehashing because I'm just talking about it again because it's been popping up in the news cycle. So it says Hunter Biden's releases tell-all memoir, Beautiful Things. What the fuck? It's called Beautiful Things? It's called Beautiful. These people are just, come on, man. It says, but left out shocking details. DailyMail.com can reveal those secrets after contents of his abandoned laptop, including a cache of 103,000 text messages, 154,000 emails, and more than 2,000 photos were verified by top forensic experts. It's nothing new, man. I don't know why they act like it's something new, like exclusive, whatever, bro. Hunter left his MacBook Pro laptop at Wilmington, Delaware computer repair shop in April 2019 and never turned it in. I remember the FBI was like, "Oh no, it's not his laptop. We're still investigating." They sat on it since 2019, right? And see, this is going to talk about his personal life, but really, what they're going I don't know if this article is going to talk about it, but his connection to your so-called president Joseph R. Biden right now, Jr., who's Burisma. Let's be honest, man. Burisma, Ukraine. How you gonna be on the board of an energy company but you have no expertise? And I think I want to try to pull up something from YouTube. I think he was on Saturday. No, he was on Jimmy Fallon's show or something like that, and they just kind of mocked it. I'm gonna see you try to pull that up real quick and do a little commentary and make fun of these clowns. It says in text from 2019, Hunter begged his father to run for president to salvage Hunter's own reputation. I don't know how that's going to salvage his own reputation or whatever. Hunter repeatedly dodged police action against him despite constantly dealing with drug dealers and prostitutes and having multiple run-ins with the law. So I know I'm going to talk about a little bit about Black Lives Matter leader later on in the show, but you want to talk about white privilege, right? How can nobody, where's everybody at with this? White privilege up the ass, right? In the sense of what they talk about. This is all white privilege, is it not? Yeah. Yeah, what they say? Oh man, if it was Malaya or whoever the other Obama child is, oh man, they'll be in so much trouble. We couldn't have this if it was a black person. It's not. It don't care about race, man. It's not about race. Nobody gives a shit about that. Those who spew shit about race don't actually care. They're just making money off of it. Literally, literally, literally making money off of it. It says the president's son was guarded by a Secret Service agent while on a 2018 drug and prostitute binge in Hollywood. Because where else would you go on a drug and prostitute binge at? No other place other than Hollywood. You think it's Vegas? Nah, bro, it's Hollywood. Where all your movies are made and produced. That's why they shit suck. They're always too hyped up on cocaine and stuff. It says, despite not being entitled to protection at the time, Hunter appeared to be obsessed with making porn films with prostitutes, videos, and photos on his laptop show. I like how they say porn film. No, bro, he's just a sexual deviant. He just wants to record himself. I mean, hey, to each your own. It's an exhibitionist. Some people want to record him. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. When I watch porn, sometimes I want to watch regular people who record themselves. It's, hey, real talk, man. Full disclosure. That's what I'm giving you. Honest content. Shit, I ain't got nothing wrong with that. It is what it is, man. I'm just trying not to watch something fake. I also don't have a sex life, so there you go as well. It is what it is, man. It says text also showed Joe Biden was afraid his conversations with Hunter were being hacked even as they discussed his White House bid. No shit. Like, no shit. And you know what? Some people might say, oh, well, it's his son. He shouldn't be pulled into it. But, when it's Trump's kids stuff, they act differently. But whatever. It doesn't matter. When you run for the White House, so when you're talking about anything to do with the government, once you join the military, they do a background check and stuff. And once you're in the military, say if you want anything with top secret classification, anything, your whole family, you past 10 years, your whole life getting run through the ringer. Like, they're looking for anything and everything, because if you have any dirt, any debts, any issues, you are a potential threat, because you could be exploited by the so-called enemies or any oppositions of the American government, which is probably everybody. So that's the whole point. So Hunter issues and stuff like that, in a sense, are relevant when you talk about running for the White House, because your foreign enemies of the United States government will try to use him to exploit him. I mean, in a sense, right? Really, these people just already sell out the United States people anyway, so it doesn't matter. They've been exploiting them. I mean, they don't need no extra push, right? They don't need nobody to bribe them. They already searching for bribes. If you do your own research and look up Hunter's texts and stuff like that, you'll find out who the quote unquote big guy is, and then you know what's going on. So it's a shady ass family, man. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. None of this stuff is new, man. The majority of stuff I talk about is not new. You might hear it for the first time, but it's not really new. And so in his tell-all autobiography, he promised the unvarnished story of his struggles with drugs, family turmoil, and his controversial love life. But there are many shocking details of his debauched life that the president's son chose not to share with readers, including details of his friend's relationship with his father. And now Daily Mail has revealed the secrets. Y'all ain't revealed shit. It says the cache, all the data. How he begged his father to run for president. Same thing they're talking about. It says how Hunter's laptop is brimming with evidence of apparent criminal activity by Hunter and his associates, including drug trafficking and prostitution. So he's doing all this, obviously under the disguise of, I don't want to say disguise, but under the name Biden. Like he's pulling all this up under the name Biden. Because even Biden as a vice president, even Biden as a senator, we know senators can literally start wars and pull strings and do all and have power and influence just through their associations and through their blackmail efforts. But this is part of it too. And he want to write a tell-all book, but he easily uses blackmail, because say some of the stuff he doesn't want talked about. Now you have your enemy opposition applying pressure to the so-called president of the United States' son. What are you going to do? That's your child. Will you bend over backwards? I mean, it's your child. So you're just going to cut him loose? Now you put yourself in a compromised position. This is literally things that are talked about and brought up when you're running for positions of government officials where you have to carry a top secret, above top secret classification. Yet this man is running around doing whatever and shit. So it's one sense to say, oh, it's his son, but hey, understand the context because of which the job and the title entails. You're the president of the United States of America. You have the top secret classification. You might have the highest classification of secrecy there is in the government, if not to someone else above you, right? And that's only for plausible deniability reasons. So your son is involved in all these different things. He's a potential threat in the sense of, or a potential exploit, because he's a weakness for you because of the things that's going on and stuff. They talk about this when they run for president. Let's say if you're in government and you have a job and stuff and you want to have top secret classification, they look at that shit, man. They look if you ever been arrested. You got a ticket, you got debts. You're not even supposed to have debt while you're in the military, right? You can't even have debt because you can be potentially exploited and used and bribed by the so-called enemies of the state. So it's within everyone's. We all should be paying attention to his son and what things he's involved in because he's next to the president. You talk about someone has the keys to the nuclear weapon. You talking about worried about Orange Man, right? Trump, you worry about him having the keys to the nuclear weapons, the nuclear codes, whatever, the nuclear football. Are you serious? Are you serious? From outside looking in, I mean, I ain't hear nothing about the Trump family, man, other than lies that they spread, because the lies don't stick. Yeah, here Hunter Biden is complete fuck up, bro. Let's be honest, man. He's a fuck up, right? Right? You got that one person in your family or a couple people in your family, like, man, they're just a fuck up. Every time they turn around, they're doing some dumb shit. This is Biden. This is Hunter Biden. He's a fuck up. Oh my God. God damn, bro. I'm never gonna get that stimulus check. That shit is, if there was any last little bit of thought left about the government giving me that stimulus check, that shit is gone now. That shit is gone. I'm not getting that shit at all. I can't. If I can't help it, man, come on, man. Somebody got to talk about this stuff, man. And somebody's got to give it to you real, man. Not just tiptoed over and stuff and afraid to say certain words. Somebody's got to say this shit real. Real talk. Straight from an honest person's mouth, man. Because we missing honesty, man. I'm giving it to you raw. Like, he's a fuck up, bro. That's plain and simple, man. What is he, like 40 something? 50? Like, he ain't trying to get his life together, man. And I get it. And this is not just I'm not making fun of him, dealing with addiction and stuff like that. No. Of course not. Addiction is a serious thing. People have issues, stuff like that. My thing is, though, when you have an addiction, you might mess up your family or something like that. They cut you off, right? We're talking about the so-called president of the United States' son, who's involved in drug trafficking, which I'm pretty sure, and they're saying prostitution, but let's be honest, man. You telling me he didn't deal within sex trafficking? Like, they're being light on this, man. If you're gonna do drug trafficking and just prostitution, no, he's just gonna do some sex trafficking as well. It all goes hand in hand when you're dealing with that type of environment and the criminal underworld. And he sat on the board of Burisma in Ukraine. You telling me he wasn't doing some stuff then? You telling me the dude hasn't been hopped up on cocaine all over the place? But see, you the regular person, this happens to you, or your family member and stuff, you gotta do it your own way and stuff, and actually they got locked up and go to prison. How come Hunter Biden ain't going to prison? Right? Because your drug addicts stuff, the people with mental issues, they're all in jail and prison. When really they just got mental issues, they should be handled and dealt with another way. That's a topic for another episode. But here Hunter Biden is walking around on, Jimmy Fallon show. Oh yeah, I was a drug addict. I did some crazy stuff. I was going through the carpet looking for crack. Wait, what? This is fucking. Look at this. Come on, man. Come on, man. They got the pictures and stuff, whatever. And it's a picture of his text. It says, "If you don't run, I'll never have a chance at redemption." I guess this is him texting his father. And he said, "I'll run, but I need you, H. But I need you. H is wrong." I guess H is Hunter. What the fuck? "Only focus is recovery. Nothing else. Your girls are so smart, truly amazing. Very focused. Naomi very upset with K. When you can and feel like it, call positive, positive, my text, etc. A target, love." I'm sorry. Who speaks in code to their own child? Right? Who speaks in code to their own child? Oh, you worry about the government looking in on you? It's former vice president, man. Oh my god. It says in text from February 2019, Hunter begged his father to run for president. It's just saying this. H is wrong, referring to, so H refers to Haley Biden, which I guess is Hunter's wife. I don't know, man. The picture of him pulling some girl's hair and stuff. Man, look at that. Look at the smile on his face. Oh, look like he got his teeth fixed, huh? Look at the smile on his face. He's like, yeah, look at me living life. Let me rip this girl's hair off. And that's pretty much it. See, look, all this is pictures and stuff like that. They're going soft on this article, man. It says Hunter left his MacBook Pro. We know that. The report said the data on the drive appeared to be authentic. Yeah, because someone's going completely out their way to fake all this on Hunter Biden. They ain't got to, man. It's already there. And that after an extensive search of his contents for any telltale signs of tampering, Merriam and Greenfield found no evidence of fabrication by Russians or anyone else. And remember, that was the story back in October. It's like, oh, it's Russia disinformation. So once again, if they will lie about that, saying something is Russia disinformation about Hunter Biden's laptop, and they proved that it wasn't, and they used that, they put it out there in the mainstream media and ran a complete psyop, psychological operation, and ran a complete disinformation campaign, guess what? That means they'll do it over and over and over. It's the same playbook. You guys just don't realize it. Hypothetical or theoretical, you guys. Because the thing is, this stuff happens all the time. They did it all the time. They did it with Trump. Everything was Russia this, Russia that, Russia that. But through their FISA court warrants and all this other stuff, they found nothing. They're just lying, man. They're just lying. And they don't care. They don't care if they lie because there is no repercussions, right? There's no repercussions for their lying. All these media outlets flat out lied and ignored the story. And now the tell all book, whatever, and they laugh about it. But this is just, once again, it's flat out disrespectful. Disrespectful to the rest of us because they think, once again, that we are this stupid. That we are so unaware that we cannot critical think and be like, oh, hey, what's wrong with this guy? I know he's not wearing no military dog tags, bro. Like, okay. Pictures with girls, right? They look young. This is actually kind of disturbing because it looks like they're in a young girl's bedroom because it's a fucking, what is that, Squirtle? The Squirtle Pokemon in the corner, man. I mean, hey, to each your own, you want to have fun with young girls, stuff, whatever. That's cool. Hope they're of age. That's all. Ain't he married? Hey, let's be honest, man. These girls look young as his daughters, right? I mean, well, no, I guess they're like they're 19, they're like a tattoo on them and stuff like that. I don't know. Why would they take pictures of themselves? Whatever, bro. Whatever. It says Hunter's laptop is Pandora's box of shocking revelations, explicit photos, and intimate communications. In the following days, Daily Mail just patted themselves on the back. Look what we did. Yeah, y'all lame. New York Post did before y'all, and then it's already been all over the internet. Says how he blew hundreds of thousands on prostitutes, drugs, and luxury cars. So I guess we're gonna say those girls are prostitutes. Sex trafficking, right? Sex trafficking. No. Leaving him scrambling to avoid jail for $320,000 in unpaid avoid jail for unpaid taxes. Everybody's worried about Trump taxes. Oh, Trump didn't pay his taxes. Meanwhile, your so-called president's son, $320,000 in unpaid taxes. Where is he at? On Jimmy Fallon's show, or one of those late night talk shows, and nobody really watches because all those comedians are not funny at all. But don't worry, he can do all these things. But if you do any of this shit, you're locked away forever, right? You're gone. There's people in prison right now. There's literal people who've been put in prison by Joe Biden's laws and stuff he tried to push through and everything for drugs and stuff. Yet his son is running around on drugs. You want to talk about hypocrisy? Pure definition of it right there. Your so-called president. You know, the guy can't even keep his thoughts straight. Can't remember where the fuck he's at half the time. This is a joke, man. So I don't know. If people are tired of not watching this stupid movie because it's so bad. It's not even entertaining anymore. It says how 5 members of the Biden family have been to rehab for drug or alcohol abuse, and a stunning admission by Joe to his son. The other Biden family member planning to buy and cook crack after falling into the disastrous addiction with Hunter. So he's getting family members because, once again, toxic people need other toxic people to be around them because it's not a party if it's just by themselves. Then it says Hunter's unconventional and unlikely relationship with his well-known psychiatrist. The widespread bedroom conversation with a prostitute caught on Hunter's webcam, in which he confesses he had a previous laptop stolen by Russians for blackmail. Well, yeah. Then you go to the Russian disinformation campaign, but you know what? The thing is, it wouldn't be Russia's fault if they did it. It wouldn't be none of the so-called political enemies of the United States government's fault, because he put himself in that position. Pretty much all Hunter Biden is known is his father being in politics, being a senator, right? So he's just been getting away with shit his whole life. You're looking at someone who has never really had any consequences for his actions. Privilege, in a sense, right? Political power, privilege. At least the appearance of political power, because these people in politics shouldn't have no power at all, but we just give them too much credit, man. So it says emails leaked from the computer sparked a scandal before the 2020 election in October, but were dismissed as Russian disinformation by the Bidens and other senior Democrats, social media giants, Twitter and Facebook, and several media organizations. That includes the Daily Mail, right? That includes them, does it not? After obtaining a copy of the hard drive, DailyMail.com commissioned top cyber forensics experts, Merriam and Associates, to analyze his data. I don't think you need a top forensic expert, bro. Let's be honest, man. You don't need no top forensic expert, man. Right, really? I get you got, do your checks and stuff, but like, the dude has a history of it. It's not like he's hiding it. And they came out with this after he came out with his book, right? If they were bold enough, they would have came out with this shit long ahead before he came out with his book. Because they don't care, because they're tiptoeing the line too, because everybody's worried about being shut down. Everybody's afraid to speak their own mind. Speak your own mind. Stand on your ground. Be an honest person. Say your shit, man. Talk your shit. Talk your shit, man. It is what it is. But I get it from a business standpoint. It's not always from a business perspective best to say certain things, because you gotta worry about business, but to each their own. It says the firm's founder Brad Merriam is a 29-year FBI veteran supervisor specialist. Okay, whatever. Nobody cares. We get it. It says the report said on the drive, authentic, said it already. It says the data on the system before April 2019 appears to be related to Mr. Biden, with timestamps appearing to be between 2016 and 2019. The operating system timestamps appear to be authentic, and no evidence was found to suggest the timestamps or data were altered or manufactured. Nobody's gonna go through all that to set him up. Why? Why? You don't have to set nobody up that's gonna fuck up anyway. You just sit back and watch. You just, what is it, like the train wreck? Everybody will sit there and watch, because when you drive by a car crash, what do? You slow your ass down, right? Because you want to see. Because we like to see shit fucked up. It's human nature, man. It is what it is. And then no indications were found that would indicate the data was manufactured. Good for you. And I remember during the presidential debate, people were mad that Trump brought up Biden's son, Joseph Biden's son. And everybody was mad about that. Oh, how you gonna bring somebody's kids in this? We're not talking about getting a job at, fucking Lowe's or Home Depot or something, man. We're talking about President of the United States, top secret classification, above top secret classification. Right? We're talking about nuclear launch codes. Yes, everybody has to be in order. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's literally how it goes when you're dealing with government. Right? When you're dealing with those type of levels of classification, that's how it goes. I talked about it before as I was trying to apply for OSI, Office of Special Investigations in the Air Force. Top secret classification. Guess what? 10 years they went back, checking friends, family members, stuff like that. Asking for their addresses and numbers and stuff. Going around talking to people I work with and stuff. They was checking me up. They was checking on my ass about everything. I ain't got nothing for them. And they still was checking up on me. Right? That's, hey, it seems like you were behind on this. Hey, look at my grades. Like, hey, it seems like you got an F in this class before. I was like, yeah, well, it's not what I was capable of doing the work stuff. I just got lazy. I just wasn't really motivated. Oh, how you gonna be able to go to the school and stuff? Like, these are literal conversations I had with the person that was doing my application. So, once again, when we're talking about government officials being in government, that's exactly what happens. Everybody in the family is being checked on. So when Trump brought it up, that's a legit question. So people were like, oh, you can't talk about that man's son. Yes, you fucking can. That goes along with the job. Nobody asked Joseph Biden to run for president. He chose that shit, right? He chose to run for president. You make that choice. You go with what comes with this choice. And what comes with this choice? Your whole family gets run through the ringer. Because we're giving you top secret classification. We're giving you fucking information and details that could fuck up not just you, but millions of people within the country. So yes, you do ask about his fucking son. You ask about their marriage. You ask about all the questions you can fucking think of. You want to get into their personal life, their details. Because your so-called enemies are your enemies. They're going to do the exact same thing, looking for any exploitations, right? Any weaknesses that they can exploit and utilize in their advantage or in their favor. So it was a legit question, and it's a legit reason of concern, and it still is a fucking reason of concern. Hunter Biden's dealings, right? Drug trafficking, prostitution, sex trade, wherever he's into, all that stuff. Him being on the Burisma Energy Board, all that stuff is legitimate, valid, and still needs to be investigated. These people don't care, man. These people don't care. If you let the mainstream media tell you this shit, they're downplaying all this stuff. This is legit a fucking problem, man. This is a legit damn issue. He is still an issue, right? I don't care how many talk shows they put him on and try to spin up his image. He still is a legit issue. He's a legit concern. But guess what? The Biden family already been sold out and they're corrupt anyway, so it's no big deal. No big deal. Check out the things they did in China. The business they have in China. You see, if I say Trump, then everybody's like, oh, yeah, Trump this, Trump that. Why? What do liars do? They deflect. Liars deflect. So if you take Trump into the context and you're saying, well, Trump family this, Trump family that, all right. And you say Trump is always lying because he's deflecting, all right. Well, you can still go check out the other lies first. If he's saying this about the Biden family, Check it out. Do your own research. Because if you can't trust what a person is saying, you think or you suspect them of lying, then what do? Do your own research. You find your own evidence. You come to your own conclusion. You don't let nobody else tell you because you have to make up your own decision. And you don't think part of the reason why I voted for Trump was because of this? Because of Hunter Biden? Right? I don't even want a government, right? I don't even want a government. And if I do, and if there is a government, I want it extremely small as possible. I don't even want a government. So I ain't even really care about who the president is. I don't want to fuck a president of the United States either. I don't like titles of one centralized person. I don't like that. But here we are in this flawed system. Because every system that we can have as human beings will be flawed because we are inherently flawed beings. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. There is no perfect system. We're out here just winging this shit. Probably with some advice from aliens or whoever else, just some deity, whatever the case may be. But for the most part, we're winging this shit. We have no idea what the fuck we're doing. But in an interview with CBS on Sunday to promote his new book, Beautiful Things, Hunter said a laptop could be his. Oh yeah, that could be mine. You know, he's like, oh yeah, that could be mine. I don't know. I think it could be mine. Yeah. I mean, it could be. It could be. It could be. He probably knows it's his because the image is on there. But at the same time, he probably doesn't really know because he's so hopped up on drugs. Fucking, he's like, man, I party a lot, bro. You know, crack. What was on that Dave Chappelle skit talking about? What's that dude was talking about? I can't think of his name right now, but it was like, oh man, cocaine's a hell of a drug. That's Biden right there. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Oh, Rick James. Rick James, bitch. Cocaine's bad. There could be a laptop out there that was stolen from me. It's funny because he dropped a laptop off for repair, but whatever. It could be that I was hacked. It could be that it was Russian intelligence. It could be that it was stolen from me, or that there was a laptop stolen from me. He said. Oh my god! And some of his text messages and stuff like that, man. Talking about show the picture of his teeth. Man, there's some weird things on there too. Talking about him doing stuff. I don't know if it was kids or his nieces, sexual things with them, and they're underage, and it sucks to say that because you're talking about underage kids and stuff like that. But hey, once again, your father's in the White House supposedly, so this has to be talked about, man. It has to be talked about. It has to. Because guess what? If we want to play about it, if everybody's going along with this bullshit government and all this stuff or whatever, and you want to talk about wars and foreign enemies and adversaries and stuff like that, even allies, all this is in play. All this is in play. All this is in play, man. And it's an issue, and it's something that's really disturbing. Say Hunter Biden describes falling in love with his grieving sister-in-law, Haley Biden. Picture above, after his brother's Beau's death in his new memoir. You fell in love with your brother's wife after he died. And what the fuck did she see in him to fall in love with him? Imagine if these are your neighbors or your friends. You'll talk so much shit about them. And granted, it's not even talking shit about them. It's more or less you're just so amazed, like, what the fuck is wrong with these people, man? And these people are around the White House. I guess he's supposed to associate or disassociate himself so far. Whatever, man. No, man. I think I seen something that said, okay, so it said Hunter complained that his father's advice to defend himself in the media over stories about his expensive divorce from his ex-wife Kathleen Biden or his affair with his brother's widow Haley had backfired, and added sarcastically, "Oh, good morning from fucking rehab." I guess she's talking about something in one of his text messages and stuff, man. It's I don't know what to say, man. Because I didn't even realize that was his. I knew a little bit after the fact when this all started coming out in October, but and look, the story is still almost 2 years old. Actually, no, yeah, this month the story is 2 years old. Think about that. For 2 years, everybody's known about this. FBI, so that some of these media outlets they known about this. 2 years, and now they really want to push the narrative. Oh yeah, it could be and stuff. Come on, man. Look at this fucking clown, bro. Talking about getting a laptop. All this is tons and tons of pictures, man. That's the cover of his book, Beautiful Things, a memoir. And it's Hunter Biden when he was come on, man. Come on, man. Your family member is a drug addict or your friend or whoever is got all types of issues. I guess they don't get to release a memoir. Hell, they're probably locked up somewhere, right? They don't get to release a memoir. They don't get to go on talk shows and stuff and say, I did this. Wait, what? When the president's son left his comforting room to get cash from ATM, one of the panicked prostitutes, Crystal, text him, you call the cops. Okay, it's talking about something else. The dealers and pimps and wherever the case may be. And it goes on and on and on, man. Oh, it goes. It's bad. It's bad. This stuff was already on the internet. I don't know why they act like they try to find something new, man. But oh my God, this is so horrible, bro. And like I said, this is all valid criticism because when you run for president of the United States, stuff like that, this is valid. This is valid. Yeah, Rudy Giuliani brought it up in September. Like, it was a big deal back last fall. Everybody's like, oh no, that's Russian disinformation. That's not real. That's not this. That's not that. This is horrible, man. And they know. If people knew this about Hunter Biden, that a lot of people would have not voted and not shown support for Joe Biden. You can't. You can't, because like I said, if you understand government and government officials and government positions, you cannot be in a case where you could be compromised. And you can be compromised through your own family members. But here we are, right? Fucked up world, man. So we got an article here from ZDNet.com. And it's Elon Musk Neuralink. Says we taught a monkey to play Pong with his mind. So I know some people like Elon Musk. I'm indifferent towards all these people because they do shit that I think is kind of unnecessary, man. Like this. Like, I get it. He wants to put a Neuralink in people's head and stuff for us to keep up with the machines. I'm good. How about we just make sure we don't make no Skynet and we're good, right? It's not that hard, right? How come some of these scientists just slow their roll, like, hey, we don't need no. If you're gonna have a supercomputer, you're gonna have a supercomputer AI. If you're gonna have a quantum computer AI and all that stuff, I mean, make sure there's an off button somewhere close by, and make sure that a computer cannot access the off button. Something, man. Put a whole bunch of fail safes in place to turn that shit off. Something, anything. I don't know. But I'm not putting a chip in my head to keep up. Cause I'm not gonna lie. At one point in time, I was like, hey, I would be kind of cool. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know, guy. I don't know. I don't want a chip in my head, man. I don't want any attachment. There's a show on YouTube. I forget what it's called. Not YouTube, excuse me. Amazon Prime. I forget what it's called, but it goes along with some type of neural link being put into your head, your brain rather, and really so you can watch. Or you basically connect to the internet and stuff like that. So you can always be on the internet right in your own eye and stuff like that. But people don't ever shut it off, so they're messed up. If you do on it too long, like we're doing things we don't know the long term effects of. Right? We don't know how we're doing some unnatural shit. We're going to a part of human history where it makes you wonder: has another earlier advanced human species been down this road before? Because everything's in cycles. So, like I said, it makes you wonder: is this the first time? It says Elon Musk brain implant. See right there, brain implant. I don't know about you. I don't think you want to stick anything in my brain. It's bad enough the phone already listens to every fucking thing I say. Imagine something being stuck into your brain, right? Imagine something being stuck into your brain. You think your thoughts will ever be your own? You can't even speak around your phone, right? Everything is already listening and tracking to us everywhere we go. Your car, your TV, your phone, doesn't fucking matter. Everything is constantly taking data from you. You got some people worried about vaccines taking data and messing up and stuff like that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know what validity that is to or not, but at this point in time, nothing would shock me. I won't say nothing, but I don't put shit past anybody. Cause I'm all over the, oh well, I doubt it. Nah, I don't doubt. I try to not to doubt too much of this anymore, because truth is stranger than fiction. And seeing how the CIA did MK Ultra, these people are not above messing with other human beings without their consent. I want to touch on that probably sometime this week as we talk about vaccines and the Tuskegee experiment. People in government, corporations around the world are not above openly experimenting on human beings, giving human beings that give false consent, because they're giving consent, but under the disguise of something else. They basically got tricked into it. Same as they do for human trafficking, sex trafficking, whatever the case may be. Brain shit. It's okay. So it says, Neuralink has released a video of a monkey called Pager. Whatever, called Pager, who's been wired up with chips that allows it to play a game of Pong with its brain. Some of y'all can't play Pong in real life. You can't do it yourself, but a monkey can do that shit with his brain. Why can't teach it? Okay, because it's not about that. It's about experimental. I mean, and are people okay with that? Where's Peter at? I mean, he's literally experimenting on a monkey, putting a chip in his brain. We okay with that? So the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX revealed Neuralink in 2017, promoting it as the human answer to artificial intelligence. The opposition's polarity, counter effect, or cause and effect. Oh, we're gonna have this, then we need to do this. We keep constantly going down this sketchy road where it's like, hey, it's almost to the point where there's no turning back. Like I said, quantum computers, if they create any quantum AI, I don't think you guys really like. AI is really scary, man. AI is really scary because we're trying to create some type of intelligence, of what we think as intelligence. Really, we're just talking about something that can do large mathematical computations in mere seconds that we can do in thousands of lifetimes, right? Even your most advanced supercomputer can't crack some of these encryptions, these computations, or whatever, these mathematical problems that a quantum computer can do in a couple seconds. I don't know about you, but that shit is freaky, man. That shit is freaky. I don't care what no one says. He says, so artificial intelligence, which he believes will make house cats of humans once algorithms become smarter than humans. Some computers are already smarter than the average person, man. The average person don't even know how to think for themselves. Excuse me. So, I mean, some computers are already there, man. Some computers are already there. How many times you use a calculator because you're like, I don't know how to do this math problem? Nah, you don't know how to do it super fast, but a calculator can do it super fast because that calculator is designed to do that thing. And see, the thing about artificial intelligence, they don't have to worry about walking, breathing, blood pumping through their veins, heartbeat beating. They don't have to worry about those things, right? All the different things, all the little nuances, all the little unconscious movements that your human body does, that your conscious being is controlling on an unconscious and sometimes subconscious level. You don't think about. You don't think about breathing. You just breathe, right? Your brain, your consciousness is already advanced and complex itself. But artificial intelligence is designed to run these computations and use these algorithms and stuff. So they're designed for those certain things. And then obviously they're gonna throw that into robotics as well, because you have Sophia. Sophia's creepy, man. Sophia's creepy. I think we are gonna talk about AI sometime. Yeah, let's pull it up this week. If it's a slow news cycle this week, yeah, we gotta talk about AI because that's some freaky shit, man. I know I touched on some things, whatever, but as far as a virtual, but we really gonna talk about that because this shit is wild, man. It says, but the first goal for technology, he said at the time, was to assist people with neurological conditions that prevent them from controlling hand and arm movements. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. They always try to have some humanity effort. Oh, this would be great to help out human beings who have this and that. Nah, man. Nah, man. You're talking to someone with a neurological disorder. Talked about before. My sleep disorder is really a neurological disorder. So you're talking, I don't want that shit, bro. And I've literally thought about this before. I'm like, you know what? I'm good, man. I'm good. Whatever happens to me, it happens. I die off, go about my existence beyond this human experience. I don't care. Like, I'm good, man. I'm good because we're going to some things I don't even know we should be dealing with. And we really got to question the morality of all this. The 3-minute video demonstrates the company's work so far, apparently showing the macaque monkey controlling a slider. Is the video on here? Yeah, fuck this. Let's watch the video real quick. Monkey mind ping pong. Oh my God, I got to prepare myself to watch this. Like, the fuck, man. Better not get no copyright either.
This is Pager. He's a 9-year-old macaque who had a Neuralink placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago. If you look carefully, you can see that the fur on his head hasn't quite fully grown back yet.
Look what he's doing.
To interact with a computer for a tasty banana smoothie delivered through a straw.
So he's kind of controlling it with his mind, or with his mouth, and with his right arm. Or his right hand, rather.
We can interact with the Neuralinks simply by pairing them to an iPhone, just as you might pair your phone to a Bluetooth speaker.
So they can interact with the Neuralink by pairing it with their iPhone. So your Neuralink could be paired for your iPhone, right? Your phone, your mobile device, whatever, which makes you wonder what the fuck I got a mobile device for if I got a goddamn chip in my head. But hey, whatever. Everything can be hacked. Because when you think in terms of hacking, it does not necessarily mean somebody see on TV type stuff on a keyboard. That's not hacking, man. One, they only show a computer code. They only show the scripts and stuff like that. So, and like I said, I get my IT degree. I know the basic amount of stuff. One of my friend's son, like I was talking to him, and he knows way more stuff about computers. I'm like, look, man, I got an IT degree. I know the basic amount of stuff. He was talking about coding. I'm like, he's like, oh, what coding language did you learn? I'm like, I forgot. I was like, I don't even remember. I remember after the fact, after our conversation, it was JavaScript, but it was just simple web page design and stuff like that. Nothing too fancy, but I was like, it wasn't like C+ or C++ or whatever. It wasn't Python, none of that stuff. But and so what we're talking about here is you don't even got to be that really advanced to even hack into something, man. Right? Because there's already programs out there and stuff too. In addition to the people that can really do these things. But we're gonna sync it to your phone. I got a chip in my brain. I gotta sync it to my phone. I had a loop recorder device implanted in my chest a few years back. I mean, to be honest with you, it's still there. My dumb ass hasn't got it taken out because I don't want to get cut open again. And it synced up to a device, and that device recorded and stuff. And I was sitting there thinking, like, man, my literal EKG data is being recorded to a device and put it on a server somewhere. Like all the data that could be had on this person, people have got on me. Right? You gotta think about your data that you give up. Somebody right now, your watch and stuff, or record my sleep cycles and stuff like that. It records my heart rate and all these other things. All that data given up. So somebody can know exactly how my heart beats and what type of heart condition I have. All these different things, man. We're giving up all this stuff already. And now they want us to put a chip in our fucking brain. So now what? So your thoughts, gone. You can never have no real privatization of your own mind, your own thoughts. Because once you put, what do you go? Oh yeah, we put a chip in your brain, but don't worry, it won't be able to read your thoughts. Don't say some shit like that, right? Well, Elon be like, oh, they won't be able to hack into it. Meanwhile, his Tesla vehicles were able to get hacked into, and probably still are able to get hacked into easily. Because there's no encryption in Bluetooth technology, anyways. I mean, you just only encrypt the hardware and software of certain devices, but there's always ways to get into. Like I say, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone typing on a keyboard or looking at the codes and scripts or whatever. It could be physical hacking into it, hacking into the actual hardware, just any different thing, man. I can't believe. Oh, we're gonna look into your phone. No, and you got this old ass iPhone, bro. Whatever, man.
The links record from more than 2,000 electrodes implanted in the regions of Page's motor cortex that coordinate hand and arm movements. Neurons in this region modulate their activity with intended hand movement. For example, some might become more active when he moves his hand up, and others when he moves it to the right. By recording from many neurons and feeding their activity into a decoder algorithm, we are able to predict Page's intended hand movements in real time.
We're able to predict his intended hand movements. Once again, so not only can you giving up your thoughts, but you also giving up your future thoughts. Nah, bro, nah, Elon, I'm good. I'm good. You and your friends and whoever else, your family, y'all can hop on y'all spaceships and go to Mars. Hey, if we're on this Earth cycle and you know the ice age is coming up, I think I'll take my chances down here, man. I don't know. I think I'll take my chances down here because the shit that they're trying to do, I don't know. Elon better get a chip in his brain. Elon better get his own Neuralink in his brain. He better be the first one. He better get a Neuralink in his brain. He want to be the modern day Iron Man and shit. Oh, look at it. He's like an Iron Man. He's like, no, bro. Ain't no Tony Stark in this bitch. He tell him to put a chip in his brain. I hope he does.
First, we calibrate the decoder by recording neural activity as Pager uses the joystick to move a cursor to targets presented on the screen. As he's playing this game, we are wirelessly streaming, in real time, the firing rates from thousands of neurons to a computer. Using these data, we calibrate the decoder by mathematically modeling the relationship between patterns of neural activity and the different joystick movements they produce.
You know it said data, but that's the monkey's thoughts, bro.
After only a few minutes of calibration, we can use the output from the decoder to move the cursor instead of the joystick. Pager still moves the joystick out of habit, but as you can see, it's unplugged. He's controlling the cursor entirely with decoded neural activity. Our goal is to enable a person with paralysis to use a computer or phone with their brain activity alone. Because they wouldn't be able to move a joystick, they would calibrate the decoder by imagining hand movements to targets. One of the things the Neuralinks allow Pager to do is to play his favorite video game, Pong. To control his paddle, on the right side of the screen, Pager simply thinks about moving his hand up or down. We've removed the joystick altogether. Now that he's up to speed, let's increase the difficulty.
And I said, I like technology. This stuff is cool to me. And even now, I'm like, man, that would be cool to do and all this other stuff. But you can't trust humans, man. Because somebody somewhere will be like, you know what? We can hack into these people's brains and get their data. Because what happens when you got a chip in your brain and next thing you know, they're thinking, oh, well, it's Minority Report and you might commit a crime. Then now they're going to be like, oh, well, we saw that you want to commit this crime. I'm like, no, I didn't have no intent on doing this. Well, we actually hacked into your Neuralink. And, well, yeah, what happens when you're on trial for a crime? It's like, yeah, we got all the evidence from you. We know you did it. I was like, I didn't do nothing. How you know I did it? Oh, because we got into your Neuralink. I was like, what? I still didn't do nothing. What are you talking about? Doesn't matter. We saw what you planted out in your head, your Neuralink, and then the evidence puts you at the scene of the crime, so now you're going to prison. Look at that. Another hypothetical situation is like so damn near plausible that it's bound to happen, man. I'm not putting no shit in my head, man.
See how well Pager.
You know what? Y'all put it in y'all head first, right? If you give me a few million people to put in their head first for a good 5-10 years, and I'll wait to see what happens with y'all, and then by then I'll be like, okay, well, I might try it. I might try it because why does it gotta go right in my head? I guess their idea, maybe it's not to put it in your head, but an injection. I don't know, but can I usually take it out? Or does it have to be literally surgically implanted in there? Ooh, whoa, oh, whoa, I don't even want to go.
It's the Neuralink.
It's just sitting there playing Pong, bro.
As you can see, Pager is amazingly good at mind Pong. He's focused, and and he's playing entirely of his own volition. It's not magic. The reason Neuralink works is because it's recording and decoding electrical signals from the brain.
So now we're at a stage where...
Great game, Pager. And what better reward for a monkey than a banana?
Look at that. We
still have challenges spanning many fields of engineering.
So they gave the experiment monkey a banana for being a great test subject. You don't think they'll do that shit to regular human beings, man? Fuck out of here, bro. Oh my God, man. Elon Musk, he posted on his Twitter page on the monkey play Pong with his mind. I think this is where I seen this at, and I was like, oh no. I think I seen this, and then I seen the article. I was on ZDNet, so I was like, yeah, I got to talk about this. This is some wild shit right here, man. Fuck that, man. That's not me, bro. That's not me, guy. I don't. You're not putting it in my brain, man. You know what? Why, man? Why? I get it. People with neurological disorders and stuff like that, and different things, but oh man, Alzheimer's obviously would be an issue, or be a disease that you can help with this type of technology. But I better be on my deathbed. I better be literally losing my brain, right? And once again, though, we're still human beings try to avoid the inevitable. Yeah. And that's where we come apart, or we come with a lot of our problems, where we're trying to play God, or a little g God. We're trying to be some type of God where we're trying to extend our lifetime. We're trying to avoid death. Which really, if we just focus more on our own personal health, it's funny, right? We're trying to use all this technology to extend our life, but if we just focus on our own health and took care of our bodies, thus we will literally extend our own health and extend our life. We don't need to put a chip in our brain. We should probably just exercise, eat food, lower stress levels, all this other stuff. Right? Pay attention to our diet and our nutrition. Why do we have to use some type of technology, some type of mechanical means, or something like that, some type of manufacturing a product to help us with a disease, help us with a problem, help us with something health-wise, when all the technology you need is already around Earth? Right? Pay attention to the animals. When a dog gets sick, they go outside and eat grass. Why? Because it helps with their stomachache. It's already in their genetics. They know to do those certain things. Your regular run-of-the-day domestic house pet, whatever, knows what to do when something's going on and stuff. Animals in the wild know how to feed on certain plants when they're sick, feed on certain plants when they have stomach aches, feed on, hide, do all types of stuff. Yet, we're trying to find all these mechanical means. Like I said, I like technology, but to an extent. Sometimes we use technology when we don't really have to. Right? And the goal is to make life easier. Yeah, we want to help out with certain things, but especially when we're talking about health and stuff like that, like, how about you just take care of yourself first? Oh, wow. Prevention is the best form of medicine, or the best practice in medicine, right? Prevention. Like, I'm not trying to figure out what happens after the fact. If I can prevent it from happening, then that's the goal, is it not? So yeah, we're talking about people with neurological disorders stuff, but hey, we can figure out what is triggering these things. We don't need to, put a chip in our brain when it happens. Oh, we gotta keep up with AI. How about we just don't make a whole shitload of AI? Why is everybody needing their own AI? Why does Google, Alphabet, Inc. need their own one? Why U.S. government and all these other governments around the world need their own AI and quantum computers and all this other stuff? Like, this is the road we're going down, man. You can see, like, we're slowly tiptoeing towards self-destruction, right? And we talk about the environment and stuff. No. The real self-destruction is within ourselves. Because I think it's narcissistic for us to think that we can destroy planet Earth. Right? The Earth's been here for billions of years. It will live way beyond us. It already has lived our whole entire span of the human existence. When you say at best, humans, say at best, right? At best, humans been around for 100 million years. That's still a blink in the time and existence of Earth in science, where it says that it's been around for billions of years. You really think we can come along and destroy it? Right? You don't think the Earth has? You don't think Mother Earth Gaia has something set in mind? What was it? Was that Signs or some one of those M Night Shyamalan movies where I think it was Mark Wahlberg was in it, and like the Earth fought back against humans and found a way to wipe us out with some virus stuff like that. And then I'm sure that theme's been spread across, but that all it does is create hysteria, fear, because everybody, mainstream media, movies, Hollywood, they love to feed off of our own fear, drives up their prices and stuff so they can sell us products, and they can sell shit like a Neuralink. Oh man, you're worried about getting Alzheimer's? Yeah, you might catch it. Here we go. Here's Neuralink for you. And it starts there. And then they knock down that door. And next thing you know, they knock on another door. And then bam, now they're in your head for another reason. Oh, you gotta keep up with the computers. See? It starts off with one reason. It always starts off with humanity efforts or some type of humanity execution or some type of humanity effort where, oh, we're doing this because we care about humans, because we're worried about these group of individuals that are sick or something like that. And then it goes to something else, and then to something else, and then something else. But really, the end game was always something else. It was never about humanity or helping out anybody. Because if it was, you would stop right there. You wouldn't say, oh, well, yeah, it can also help us, keep up with AI. What? I thought it was just, I wasn't trying to keep up with AI. I thought I was just trying to, help out old people as far as Alzheimer's or dementia. Now we're gonna play fucking cyborgs and stuff. I mean, if you put a chip in your brain, are you human? I mean, your brain is literally your body is already bio-organic mechanical robot, right? You pretty much are this bio-organic mechanical computer. Your brain essentially is that, with like 4 terabytes of possible hard drive, whatever in your brain. I think that's right, 4 terabytes. Yeah. Yeah, it's not 4 gigabytes. I think it's terabytes. All right, hell, it could be even bigger. You're capable of remembering. You remember everything. You just don't know how to access those certain memories. So something like a Neuralink device would probably help you be able to access those memories or put in digital form on a computer screen or wherever the case may be. See, it opens up the door for more and more stuff, but really that's the stuff you was going for anyways. The humanitarian efforts or the humanitarian narrative is just there just to sell it initially. Because people like to feel good about shit. Even if they do something that's kind of, shady and horrible, possibly horrific, doesn't matter. As long as they feel like they have some initial good intentions, they're good. I'm okay with this, man. I don't need this. I'm good. Yeah, I'm not signing up for it. If you want to put a chip in your brain, that's all you. It's not for me. It's not for me. Hopefully my kids say it's not for them as well as they get older. So last topic I want to talk about is good old Black Lives Matter. Because I love talking about them because these people are the epitome of hypocrisy. And these movements are always, for the most part, it seems like they're the same thing. They pretend to be grassroots. They pretend to be humanitarian efforts. Yet, this shit happens. This is an article from New York Post. And it's funny because it falls on the real estate. But it says Marxist Black Lives Matter leader. Yes, they're literal trained Marxists. Look up. They got videos on YouTube stuff. They said they're trained Marxists. That's why I don't like Black Lives Matter, because it's a Marxist group. So LeBron James and all these other athletes and anybody else pushing Black Lives Matter, whether out of stupidity, just pure ignorance, or whatever the case may be, you're literally pushing towards Marxism, communism. As black people talk about, oh, we gotta be independent, we gotta do this. Well, you shouldn't support Black Lives Matter because they care about communism and they want some centralized authority. They're literally wanting the quote unquote white man to take care of them. Once again, it's talking about dependency, not about independency or independence. Independency, I don't think it's a word. Yeah, I just think I just made that shit up. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. So it says Marxist Black Lives Matter leader buys 1.4 $1.4 million home in ritzy LA enclave. $1.4 million. $1.4 million. You think she was a millionaire when all this shit started? Black Lives Matter go back to what, 2013, 14, somewhere around there, where Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown happened? So what, she became a millionaire in what, under 10 years? And so, was she also part of those people that, who wealth increased this past year due to COVID-19? The greatest generational wealth transfer in human history, in modern human history, rather. Or, fake ass money. So Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrice Khan-Cullors, I don't know how to say that. The leader of Black Lives Matter and self-described Marxist recently purchased a $1.4 million home in an exclusive Los Angeles neighborhood where the vast majority of the residents are white, according to reports. You can't make this shit up, man. This shit is a fucking joke, bro. It's so funny, man. It's so funny. Like, do people even realize? I know people got to catch on and be like, hey, you know what? Actually, no. Cause I think I'm going to talk about it tomorrow because I seen it. So you got the whole, another so-called black man is shot, black person is shot in Minneapolis, in Minnesota again, right? George Floyd. Oh, man. So, what is April? Yeah, it's about that time of year. It's time to ramp up this whole racism and Black Lives Matter and police shooting machine. Go ahead and ramp that shit up again. Maybe she could buy another $1 million estate somewhere else. Oh, man, people are getting played, man. Emotions, man. We gotta be more of a logical species. We gotta find our logic, because we let our emotions be completely manipulated and run all over the place. It says the home, which features 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, is nestled in Topanga Canyon. I don't even know where that is, and has a separate guest house on the property, according to a celebrity real estate blog, which reported the transaction last week. The property, which is about a 15-minute drive from Malibu beaches, features bamboo floors and vaulted ceilings, according to the listing. Once a hippie enclave in the 1960s, of course it was, Topanga Canyon is now home to sprawling homes where 88% of the residents are white. After the sale of the property was made public, critics took to social media to blast Khan-Cullors. Yeah, man. It's hypocrisy at its finest, man. It's a complete joke that this even happens, man. The biggest sellout to so-called black people, right, are the black people, because those that understand what's going on know it's just a game. They don't care about race. No one actually cares about race. But they use racism and they push a narrative to make money. There's people, race baiters, race hustlers, they're activists now as a thing. They're literally making money off of so-called woke or being racist, or pushing racist narratives and all this other stuff. Black lives, they're literally making money, man. They're literally making money. Yet, where's the money at for all the so-called Black Lives Matter victims or the things they want to talk about? Where's their money at? Are they helping out the so-called black communities? The black communities that you can't locate on a map, but they tell you they exist somewhere? What? I guess the black community is all the hoods? Oh, yeah, it's in the hood, bro. Yeah, man, it's in the hood. Oh, yeah, my dog's in the ghetto, man. They're in the streets. That's the black community. Is that the black community? And does Black Lives Matter give a fuck about those people? The one narrative is Black Lives Matter cares so much about black lives, but yet they don't care about black abortions. Abortions are black lives, right? People don't care, man. It's just a scam. Just a scam. Maybe they had some intentions at the beginning, but hey, morals, values, and standards. If you don't have, I was talking yesterday about this with my sons, like, because as far as like Kurt Cobain being in the dress, Kurt Cobain being in the dress, and Kid Cudi going on Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live ain't shit, by the way, but Kid Cudi going on Saturday Night Live and being in a dress, and he's paying homage to Kurt Cobain. I know Kurt Cobain wore that many dresses or things that look like dresses, whatever, but that explains a lot. He sold himself, and that's why he so-called committed suicide, right? I don't know how he committed suicide with a long ass rifle or shotgun. It's kind of hard to pull the trigger when at a certain angle if your arms ain't long enough or whatever. And yeah, kid cutting the dress. So I was like, look, man. And I think I retweeted what's that guy's name? Larry Johnson, former chief running back. He talks a lot about Freemasons and occults and stuff like that on his Twitter page. Whatever. Hey, if you think it's crazy, you'll be surprised. Then that's probably why you think it's crazy, because you've been programmed to think it's crazy. Because when you look into it, it won't be crazy, and in fact, it will piss you off so much. It will really piss you off. At how obvious it is, how blatant it is, how disrespectful it is too, and how it's all over, entertainment industry, Hollywood, sports, mainstream media, stuff like that. As far as those occulted themes. But so I retweeted and I said, yet another black man, quote, black man, in a dress performing for, quote, white people. And I just spoke it in terms in which, people that talk about race, this is what it is. They're talking about Black Lives Matter and stuff, this is what it is. This is what they're doing, right? Emasculating the black male. And, hey, like I said, just because I say emasculation and stuff doesn't mean you got to be same sex. That's actually prejudice, right? That's a stereotype. Because to me, if you're a same sex, if you're a homosexual, and if you like a man, guess what? You like a man because you like masculinity. You don't want a feminized man. If you like men, then guess what? You want to see what a man looks like. You want to be around a man, someone with testosterone, a little aggression, something like that, anything. If you're a same-sex female, homosexual female, and you like women, guess what? You want to be around femininity. But hey, to each their own. That's just how I logically break it down in my own mind, as I try to rationalize these things and not apply emotion to it, but I try to apply logic to it. Because when you apply logic to it, a lot of shit don't make sense. That's all I'm saying. To each your own, though. You do whatever the fuck you want. That goes for my kids as well. Well, I got something to say. You goddamn right. I will have something to say. Doesn't mean I won't love them. Doesn't mean I won't like them. But some shit don't make sense, man. That's all I'm pointing out. Some shit just don't make sense. So as Kid Cudi is wearing this stuff, and then someone retweeted me and saying, I don't know what the problem is. There's nothing wrong with a man being dressed. I was like, nah, there's nothing wrong. You do what you want to do, but you come to find out it's a recurring theme. So the point I'm getting to is morals, standards. They try to put you in compromising positions, basically saying, what would you do for money? What morals, what values, what standards do you have that you would break? And I was telling this to my son, like, do not let money compromise your own character, your own values, your own personal beliefs, because once you do, you're no longer that same person, because you have been compromised and no one has done it to you other than yourself. So money is just imaginary, but if you hold it to a high level of standards and value, above your own personal standards and values, they got you. Now they can whore you out. They can have you do whatever you want to do. So you think every man up there that puts on a dress wants to put on a dress? Or they're being told because they're an employee to a record label and some contract saying, hey, you should go do this. It's a good idea. I shared a video with the person that I was having a conversation with on Twitter of Dave Chappelle saying, hey, why is there all black comedians in a dress? Why they always want to put on a dress? And as he talked about, he said no, he didn't want to put on a dress. Funny, because as I was watching that video on YouTube and I was reading the comments, I completely forgot myself. Like, wait a minute. Dave Chappelle wasn't dressed in men in tights. Robin Hood Men in Tights. He wasn't dressed. I forgot about that scene because that's a scene I didn't like growing up watching as a kid. I was like, why is everybody in a dress? Why is everybody got to dress up as a woman? And you dress up as a woman, you still look like a man. You look like Madea. Tyler Perry dressed up as a woman and stuff. You still look like a man. Like, I never really found that funny. Like, I get it. It could be comedy and stuff, whatever, and people could do that. Like Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire. I never really found that funny. Cause I'm like, you're not convinced. You still like a man, for one. And two, it's like, I don't find it really funny. Like, it's one of those things where you can't do it too much. Like, and it's been done medieval times. It's been done plenty of times, stuff. So, hell, a lot of actors, a lot of female parts was played by men during the medieval times, Shakespearean times, stuff like that. Anyway, so like I said, you think cross-dressing, transgender, so you think this is new? This has always been around. Story in the Bible, Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah. This stuff has always been around. This stuff has always been around. This is nothing new. It's nothing new. It's just that people don't really dive into history. And now If you're not diving into history, that's just plain ignorance. Because guess what? It's all on the internet. There's no excuse no more. You can look up cultures in the past and find out what they did. And when you look up cultures in the past, you realize, oh, great, there's not really that much of a difference. So because you throw on some fancy clothes and a little bit of technology, it's still the same shit. Still the same shit. I think I shared that video. Yeah, because Larry Johnson put out a video showing how many of the royal family were cross-dressers or transgenders. Whatever. I said, to each your own, you do whatever you want to do. But don't sit here and act like it's something new. Don't sit here and act like you're doing something so bold and brave, or don't sit here like, oh, look, I'm paying homage to Kurt Cobain. You can find other ways to pay homage, right? You can find other ways to pay homage because he did it in one particular outfit. And then I guess when he performed one song, then we performed another song, he got in a dress. Even though it wasn't exactly the same dress or whatever that Kurt Cobain was pictured to wear. But don't worry, he was paying homage. And so, oh yeah, he's just paying homage. And so I was like, that's not my thing. You just don't get it. It's like, no, you don't get it. I was like, no, I get it. You just don't get it. I get the perspective in which the narrative they're trying to push. And it goes along with the Black Lives Matter because they want to get rid of the nuclear family. That's a white person's idea to have a man and a woman and a family and a household and stuff, and the emasculation of the black male and stuff. But what it said, the race means nothing because the race, us regular people sit here and consume that race shit. Other people that understand the game, they know it's bullshit. So it doesn't matter if it's white, black, or whatever. The case is, it's showing these people in the entertainment industry, showing that they're willing to compromise to make all this type of money. Thus, it pushes out that narrative, psychologically speaking, to the rest of us saying, hey, you can make a lot of money if you're talented. Well, actually, you can make a lot of money if you have somewhat talent, but you're willing to do these certain things. So if you're a male, white, black, doesn't matter. If you're willing to stand on stage and, compromise your own morals and values and standards, if you're willing to do that on stage for money, I got you now. Because now, you already done compromise yourself. Now your standards and values, whatever, they're wherever I tell you they are. Now I control you. Because now I put you in that situation in which you thought would be embarrassing is no longer embarrassing to you. If you want to put on a dress for $1, you shouldn't think about putting on for $1 million. And I was telling this to my son, I was like, and I get it. Because in the past, I thought about it. I was like, women's stuff where I was like, I'll do that for $1 or whatever. And full disclosure, I've been in some compromised position that's embarrassing and stuff. Why? I let a fucking female talk me into it. That female had to be my wife. Some dumb shit, right? We all been there. Let's be honest, bro. This is real talk. We all been there. We all did some dumb shit. Male, female, doesn't matter. And so I let my values and stuff be compromised because of a woman that I was supposed to be in love with, right? So it wasn't money. It was a false sense of love. Because if someone loves you, they wouldn't actually do those things that you didn't want to do anyways. Right? I'm throwing it out there. Let's be honest. But see, these people play these type of mind games on people. So you have your celebrities, you have your people up there on stage doing different things, things that if you would not do it for $1, you shouldn't do it for $1 million. And this is something I was trying to tell my son, like, you wouldn't, if you're not going to do this for $1, I was like, would you put on a dress for $1? It's like, no. All right. But I was like, would you put it on for $1 million? And he paused. I was like, exactly. And that's the problem right there. Because if you wouldn't do it for that $1, you shouldn't hesitate to do it for $1 million. It should be the same because money is imaginary anyway, and it's not gonna make you feel bad. It's not gonna do anything special. It might all it can do is buy you physical stuff, right? And you say, oh, it'll get you food, or you can grow your own food. Or it'll get you a house. You can build your own fucking house. You live out in the woods, so obviously you want to live in a modern society. That's the case, but there's other ways to get money. In fact, you don't have to get it all at once anyways. Hell, shit, you win a fucking lottery. You want to do that? Right? Invest in cryptocurrency. You want to do that? Invest in stocks and real estate. If you want to make money, millions of dollars. But see, everybody wants this quick fix. In America, I know I'm going on a rant, but whatever. But everybody wants this quick fix in America. Everybody wants this fast. In other countries around the world, we always want it quick, fast, in a hurry and stuff. And that's where you become compromised because if you don't have that patience to slow down, relax, you won't get there. This Black Lives Matter leader, did she start out with good intentions, or did she say, or wherever the case may be, or where she was like, you know what, I can make some money fast. I could be a millionaire within a few years. Now what? Now all this money is coming at her and stuff. All this money for donations for Black Lives Matter and stuff, and now it's like, oh man, you know what? I could take some of this money. See, compromising situations. I know I kind of went on something, but I brought it back together because if you don't have your morals, values, and standards that you personally agree upon, and if you don't hold on to them tightly, this world will eat you alive and spit you out like a used chewing gum. It does not matter. It does not matter. Because does Black Lives Matter to them? Does Black Lives matter to her when she's buying $1 million homes and stuff in a predominantly white area? Doesn't seem like Black Lives Matter, right? I was like, oh yeah, well, you know, they need some black people here, so I just want to buy something. Like, how you explain that? I didn't know that she even came on to the point to talk about it. She's 37. God damn, bro. Hey, man, that's a good scheme, bro. Shit. She's 3 years older than me? That's a good scheme. Now I'm like, shit, I fucked up. See how they got us with money and stuff? It makes you like, I sat here, the second I seen that she was 37, I was like, oh, fuck, that's not a bad little scheme you just ran, bro. See, man, it gets you, man. It gets you. Who do you want to be? Because who do you want to be? Money should have no say-so on who you want to be. Money should not affect your character. Money should not affect your values. Money should not affect your morals. And so I try to tell my kids, do not worship money. Do not let money be the end all be all for you. And it's hard because you want the money because we all got debts. We want to buy a house. We all want to do this certain stuff, man. But you gotta be careful, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta be careful. To each their own. Because not everybody's morals, values, and standards are the same, right? But once you get compromised, could you ever be the same again? Could you ever be the same again? So she says 37, she signed a multi-platform deal with The fuck? She did? Signed a multi-platform deal with Warner Brothers in October, although it is not clear how much she is paid by BLM since their finances flow through a complex web of for-profit and non-profit corporate entities. Go and do your own research on that and stuff, because that's kind of shady in itself, right? Transparency, because when you're honest, you got nothing to hide. In a sense, obviously, having your own private things is different from hiding something. But when you're trying to do a non-profit corporation, or organization rather, I mean, non-profit corporate entity, how does that even work? How does that even work? But whatever, you're trying to have this, you need to be as transparent as possible. The fact that it's kind of shady can't be trusted, man. There's a picture of the house, it looks like a barn and stuff. It's three bedroom, 3 bath, $1 million. Huh. What are you paying for? The property? It's like a little kind of old house and stuff. Where not old, kind of like a barn, modernized though. Got a fireplace. Looks nice though. Got good taste. Ain't gonna lie. Looks nice though. Oh, that's all they got, huh? That's all they got in the article. Wow. Wondering, they have more pictures of it and stuff. That's interesting though that they got this. She has these things or whatever, man. I can't believe that, man. And how's she trying to deal with Warner Brothers? For what? Is it for more Black Lives Matter content? And you can say it's funny because her being a Marxist, she's getting rich off of capitalism, right? What kind of Marxist are you? That's what I said. These Marxist people are fake because Marxist communism actually needs capitalism to raise that capital, to raise those assets, to raise that income, to build up those infrastructures. And then they come through and like, oh yeah, well, we need to have a ruling class in a sense and stuff, and the workers and be unionized and own all this stuff or whatever. But it's just all a scam, man. It's all fake because decentralization is the best way to go, right? Anytime you have a central authority, that opens up the door for abuse of power. We are flawed human beings, man. You cannot put this stuff out there. And I'm not even you know what? I talk about it, and it's of course a level of criticism, and it's rightfully so. But the criticism is in their own hypocrisy, rather. But hey, like take Jay-Z for example. He's a shady guy, man. He does some shady deals, but that's who he is. He's a businessman. There's no ethics in business. That's how he always been from when the first album dropped. Right? Reasonable Doubt. When he had the song The Evils, Devils, whatever, he's talking about it. The things we do for money. That's what he's about, man. Hey, it is what it is. So I think it's funny if he's talking about black people and stuff like that, man. You'll sell everybody out in an instant, man. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Do I want to try to pull up this? I do. Okay. I'm going to try to pull up this video, or at least a little clip of Jimmy Fallon and Hunter Biden, because I just gotta see it now. Cause I think I was watching someone's YouTube and stuff, and they had a little clip of it. I think it was the quartering. I think I watched a little bit of that, and that shit had me fucking. I was like, "What? You serious?" Let's see. Hunter Biden. No, I want CBS Morning. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel, not Fallon. Jimmy Kimmel. Like I said, I knew it was somebody. Wait a minute, there's a Jimmy Kimmel and a Jimmy Fallon. Right? Huh. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna get all types of copyright laws for this, or copyright strikes, whatever. But fuck it, who cares?
Mortal Kombat.
No. Oh my god, I clicked on the wrong button. As they gotta play the little stupid commercials and stuff. Mortal Kombat, man. I don't even know if I want to see that. You know what? I just gotta lower my standards and just accept the bullshit they're gonna throw it up on the screen. All right, here we go. This is Jimmy Kimmel talk.
Company of all time, his new memoir.
Jimmy Kimmel, the same person that was on a Comedy Central with The Man Show. I remember that, watching that growing up. The Man Show, talking about being a man. Look how stuff has changed. It's just not even a generation, bro. It was like, what, a decade, two, maybe?
When Piers Morgan was forced off the...
I didn't do that. I don't know. I didn't click on that. I just did it again.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god, man. I always have like the biggest issues when I'm trying to play these YouTube videos. And I don't know why. It's so annoying. Cache memory, all this stuff. I try to clear out all those different things. I guess I don't even know. Apparently I clicked on it or whatever. Went to the next video. I was just trying to click on the arrow or the timeline to go forward.
Amazing that you are alive after all the crazy things that you've been through.
Crazy things.
It was a journey, but thank God I made it through.
Don't even look like fucking Hunter Biden, bro. It was a journey, but thank God I made it through. Thank God you made it through. You made it through? Are you sure? Are we really gonna buy this that he made it through?
No kidding. And a lot of the things that you detail.
So look, it says the headline says Hunter Biden on crack addiction, political divide, Ukraine, Donald Trump Jr., laptop, and finding love, which I don't think they covered all those topics. And look at this, 5.2 thousand downvotes, bro. I gotta read comments real quick. He said you could play a drinking game with this video on how many times they say the word crack. It says getting away with doing things the lower classes could never is so funny and quirky, right? It says this is scary. It shows without the filter the bias in the media. Different comments and stuff I'm reading, man. This shit is hilarious, man. These people are
happened here in this neighborhood, like right around here.
Yeah.
It was like you were doing crack at the places that I eat.
Yeah.
You were doing crack. That lets you know what goes on there.
I wasn't stalking you.
No.
And they're laughing, bro.
I didn't think you were.
It's like, I guess they took off the live track or the laugh track because people were probably like, what the fuck, man? So what are we laughing about here?
But, I feel like I learned a lot about crack, and I know that sounds weird, but you
that
hear
sounds
about
weird.
it,
That
and
sounds.
you see it on TV shows and in the news every once in a while. But I learned how to get. I really think I could get it now, thanks to your book.
I hope that wasn't the message that you took from the book.
This is not a how-to manual?
No, it's not a how-to.
Look at that.
Well, I misread the whole thing then.
It's a please don't manual.
It's a please don't, yes.
Yeah,
No,
please don't.
absolutely. It's.
Yeah.
Listen, if somebody reads this
This
book
is
and
it,
then
bro.
goes, I should try.
This is your
crack
president's
afterwards,"
son right now.
Well, then they.
No,
Yeah.
they didn't finish the book. They didn't finish the book.
They didn't start the book. They didn't finish the book.
This is your
But,
president's son, man.
In fact, like where we're situated right now, the Roosevelt Hotel is right across the street from us. This is where you had, would you call it a bender?
I was at every hotel in Los Angeles, basically.
You'd hole up there until they threw you out.
So
every
everybody
motel,
knew about
every
this.
Hotel.
Everybody knew
until
about
they,
this, what was going
until
on.
they wouldn't have a room for me the next day.
One of the stories was you went just down the block from us to Sunset La Brea, and you looked for some guys who might be able to get you something.
Yeah.
And then you wound up getting it.
But see, they say it in the sense of like, oh yeah, he just running. You really think he doesn't have connections? He's in L.A. All you gotta do is talk to other. And see, that's what. This is the whole disinformation campaign, whole psychological operation which obviously is disinformation because he's a former vice president's son, doing all this stuff, senator's son. You don't think people know who he is? Stuff. You don't think he has connections with your so-called upper social elite class or whatever the case may be? Movie executive stuff that are do cocaine and all that stuff. But he's just gonna go down the street to find somebody. No, bro. No, man. No. He has real connections. Hell, fucking Jay-Z probably sold him crack or cocaine.
No, well, maybe, I don't know. Some things I don't recall exactly. But
some things I don't recall. Of course you don't.
And in vivid detail, because I think the question that most addicts
how disrespectful
have
this is.
Really hard time.
He's coming from an addict, and see, they're pandering. They want sympathy. Oh, he's struggling with addiction and stuff. No. It's not the same level of addiction, because I get it. I mean, if you want to see shit with addiction, what's that show? Intervention. Go watch Intervention. I used to watch that show all the time. Go watch Intervention. You want to see some real people struggle with addiction and stuff like that, or you just watch a regular documentary. I don't know. Go outside. Go to certain areas of your city where you live at stuff. Talk to your friends and family members. You want to talk about addiction? It's funny because people can be addicted to energy drinks, sodas, right? You could be addicted to those things. You could be addicted to sugar, right? All types of addictions and stuff. But don't worry, we need to feel sad and sympathy and empathize with Hunter Biden in this situation, even though you will never be in the same situation as Hunter Biden. Because I don't know about you, but your dad probably is not the former vice president, longtime senator, and now supposedly the president of the United States. So you cannot relate to Hunter Biden, yet they're trying to make him seem relatable. Fixing up his image. Like he said he was going to do.
But non-addict wants the answer to is why.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's a simple answer, and that's because it works at first until it doesn't. And for me,
you're still on it.
That deal with addiction.
Look
alcohol.
Look at his eyes.
But crack brought me to a place that I'd never.
And notice he keeps saying crack. Why is he not just saying cocaine? See, he's saying crack because he's trying to, make it seem relatable to the regular everyday person and stuff. Because the so-called lower economic class, social class, whatever, they would be using crack if they were drug addicts. That's why they're saying crack. Goddamn well it wasn't crack. It was cocaine for him. It was cocaine. It was probably meth too. It was probably heroin, all types of stuff, man. But he's saying crack, but it wasn't. It was snorting cocaine, bro. But don't worry. We're going to say crack because, it's more relatable to the common man. It's insulting, man. It's disrespectful. It's insulting.
Both in terms of the high, to be completely honest.
Yeah, whatever.
So many addicts are completely dehumanized.
That he must have been going through.
I want to know.
And then reading about your story about when you were a little boy and how you were around all these politicians that we now know, and they'd call you into the office. And you get to go see these things. And
where do you think his drug addiction started with?
And then
his whole lifestyle has been around politicians. So where do you think his drug addiction came from?
Talk about like Lindsey Graham being on television and
talking about being groomed.
And that he's somebody that you consider to be a family friend. He was a friend of your father's, and how strange that must be to see that happen.
Yeah,
to see a person do that.
It's really, more than anything, sad.
Wow.
The Senate that...
You think you really want me to sit here and feel some type of sympathy for Joe Biden? Get the fuck out of here, man.
I do want to talk about this, the Ukraine and
softball questions.
It became an issue. It became something. It gave Donald Trump something to grab onto. He did get impeached as a result of it. But you wrote, "Did I make a mistake by taking a seat on the board of a Ukrainian?"
He got impeached, but nothing came about it. Impeachment just means being brought to trial, and he was acquitted. Like there's no charges. Nothing happened. So why didn't he just say that as well? See, why he left that part out? But see, it's little things like that gets tossed out into the mind where if you're not aware of what's going on, you'll just soak that in and without hesitation won't even recognize it. Because you're not aware that these people are literally just up here lying, that this whole thing is just a show. Never forget, all you're doing is watching a show. You're literally being lied to intentionally because it's about this clown, Hunter Biden, and this clown, Jimmy Kimmel, which I thought was Jimmy Fallon, but it doesn't matter, clown on clown. They all suck anyways. Not really that funny. I always thought Adam, whatever, that was with Jimmy Kimmel was funnier anyways, but whatever. Somebody probably played ball.
Did I display a lack of judgment? No. Would I do it again? No.
Yeah, and I meant what I said. I meant what I wrote, is that, go to the beginning, is that, I went to Yale Law School.
I went to Yale Law. So he's trying to justify his position being on Ukraine. But see, that was just a softball question, bro. What about the bribes and stuff? What about the money? What about the connections to Chinese government and stuff like that? What about CCP? What about all that stuff, man? That's a real fucking question. Jimmy Kimmel? No. What was it? Is this show on NBC or I don't even know what show this is on? It's fucking 17.9 million subscribers. Dude ain't even that fucking funny.
At least a dozen boards before Burisma. I was a vice chairman of the board of Amtrak. I was the chairman of the board.
It doesn't matter what board you're on, right? You being on Amtrak, do you know anything about railroads? Do you know anything about trains? You being on Burisma, do you know anything about energy? I could be on plenty of, I've been on this board. I'm sorry, I ran for student governor when I was a kid, so I could easily be president of the United States. That's basically what he's saying. Just how I put that analogy together, how ridiculous that might sound, but guess what? That's literally what he's saying. Oh yeah, I've been on the board before, so I could do this. Basically saying, you being on the board don't mean shit. You just sit there and whatever the case may be, you just gotta show up every now and then, be in the room and whatever. You're just there. Obviously, his name, Biden, means something, carries weight.
For the World Food Program, U.S., supporting the largest humanitarian.
All while being a drug addict.
Expertise in corporate governance. I was asked to serve on the board for corporate governance, and I was a lawyer at Boyd, Schiller, and Fleck.
Pay attention. He's just saying things. It's scripted, really. It's scripted, and he's just going off memory. He was clearly coached on how to approach and go and say these things, whatever, because it's not natural. And I said I said it before. That's why I do the show the way I do it in a live sense, because we're missing a lot of honest, natural content out there. People just being themselves.
Which was how I was first approached. However, what I didn't take into account was the way in which they would use the perception against my dad. And for that, I wouldn't do it again for that reason.
How do you not take into account? Your dad's been a fucking senator your whole life. He's been in politics your whole life.
You're saying that the only reason he does is because he's a Biden and because of his last name and how just wildly comical that is? I mean, does it?
It is wildly comical. That's putting it lightly. I think.
How's that comical? But it's literally what happened.
What I've learned is this: is that I don't spend too much time thinking about that.
I do. I think about it all the time. Yeah, I'll think about it for you.
Well, maybe that's why, because I have other people to think about it.
These people are fucking stupid, man.
Do you know Donald Trump Jr.?
No.
You've never met him?
No, never met him.
Okay. No. I didn't know. Maybe you guys went to a school together or something like that. You've never met the guy.
No.
Wow, that's
not that I know.
So we're not going to talk more about Ukraine?
You say not that I know.
Some pretty rough places.
I've seen you on some interviews and talking about the laptop. this became this big thing, the laptop. And when they ask you if
that
was your laptop, you say you don't know, which is hard to believe unless you read the book.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, I'm surprised you have shoes on.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how he goes after it. That's how he goes after it. You talking about complete media bias. Oh yeah, okay, I can see that you don't remember it because you're on a lot of drugs and stuff. Okay, now the real question is, hey, Hunter, that picture of you, is that you? It looks like you. The voice is yours. Voice recognition programs, facial recognition programs. It looks like you, talks like you, acts like you. Pretty sure it is you, Hunter. Damn, people are disgusting, man.
Pants were the problem.
As he makes a joke. And of course, the video audio version podcast, when I was showing the pictures of the article from Daily Mail, guess what? Hunter didn't have pants on. He was just standing in his underwear with a scarf around his neck and Adidas shell-toe shoes on. Fucking dude, man. He was living his best life. He didn't give a fuck. Man. He probably still doesn't. He's still doing it. And it's not even about addiction. He's just still doing it because there's no consequence. There's no consequences. So when you talk about addiction, people, the normal social class people, whatever, when you're talking about addiction, it's about them dealing with things, stuff, but also being in jail or prison and affecting the lives of people around and stuff. He suffered no consequences. In fact, he gets to just laugh about it and write a book, write a memoir. And they're going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if they say it's a New York Times bestseller, which I don't know about you. I don't know who the fuck would read Hunter Biden's book other than just to laugh at it. Entertainment purposes.
Look, I really don't know. And the fact of the matter is it's a red herring. It is absolutely red herring. But I am absolutely, I think, within my rights to question anything that comes from the desk of Rudy Giuliani. And so I don't know is the answer.
But do you ever wish you'd had Apple Care?
Yeah, you dropped off the laptop, guy. You dropped it off for repair. He signed it.
There's one other thing I want to ask about because it's the end of the book, and you are married now. You found love, but the way you found love
with your brother's dead,
have to understand
your
that
dead
on
brother's
paper,
wife.
This doesn't sound good, okay? And correct me if I have any of the details wrong.
Okay.
You meet some strangers.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh, we have a girl you should meet."
Yeah.
They give you her phone number. You text her like late at night.
Yeah, exactly.
She's sleeping.
You meet a stranger.
Leave me alone. I'm asleep. The next morning she texts you. You guys have like lunch together or something.
Yeah.
In an hour, you tell her you love her.
Yeah.
She tells you she loves you.
Yeah.
Then she finds out you are a crack addict.
Well, I tell her.
So it's not his brother's wife.
Within the hour before
his brother's dead brother's wife.
So that she had an out. I told her. I said, "Look, I have a real problem." But it's amazing.
And then you marry her a week later.
Yeah.
This is.
That is insane. You can tell. You can pay attention to the clap. They're like, yeah, everybody clapping, but it's like, what the fuck? Even the audience is kind of like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? What are we listening to right now? What are we listening to? The dude that, guess what? That still shows signs of addiction right there. The almost terminal velocity of emotions, especially when we're talking about in the sense of wanting to be in a relationship because he can't be alone. That's signs of instability right there. Goes along with addiction. Like, this is an issue. That's not finding love. That's not love at all. Like, you're a grown ass man, bro. You can't go down this road and stuff. You have kids of your own. So I guess he's not with his dead brother's wife, a widow or whatever anymore. So I guess that was the one for a little while. It's fucking odd, bro. Man, you talking about Christmas dinner, bro? How's Thanksgiving go at the Biden residence? Oh my God! Now that's something I would pay to see, right? That's entertainment for your ass.
If I'm your dad and you tell me this story, I go, oh no, no. What did your dad say when you called?
I don't know. I give a fuck, man. That shit is bad, bro. That shit is bad, man. Oh my God, bro! You gotta take the drugs, man. Somebody says I'm officially living in a dystopian future that Orwell wrote about. Clearly we are, man. We are. A bunch of clowns all over the place, man. These people's faces won't be forgotten. Many may we remember them, so we may never have people like them in power anymore. Nobody should be in power, man. Power is not something that anybody should have. The power is within yourself anyway. So my favorite part was when Jimmy asked and answered about the laptop for Hunter. Exactly. He gave a softball questions, which he answered himself before Hunter even got a chance to really say something, man. And meanwhile, other people do crack and stuff get jailed. Yep. You can't help comparing him with Trump kids. And for that, I just have one thing to say. This is the first time I am seeing Hunter. Exactly. Nobody, they hit Hunter all last year during the presidential campaign. I know I'm coming back to this stuff, but man, this shit is really bad, man. It's really bad. They hit him the whole last year during the campaign, and they knew they had to. And now is a good time to come out. Come out of the shadows, Hunter. We gotta go ahead and spin this up. So Jimmy Kimmel basically paints this interview in a quote, not all superhero crackheads wear capes. Like a clown. It says the only ones who get to be humanized are either ones with money or position. Yeah. It says, so either they edit in people laughing and clapping, or they have more than 15 people in the room with no mask. Right? I wouldn't even think about that. That's true too. With no mask and stuff. Somebody said they just saw the photo leaks. This is hilarious, man. People are ripping this shit apart. And see, I like to see the comments, man, because you see if people are aware of this shit and how stupid this is, man. And they think we're this dumb. And so, you know what? They're getting fucking downlight. Everybody, people want to downlight my shit. I'm downlighting disliking this video. I don't know why I said downlight. What the fuck? That doesn't make sense. Somebody just appreciate how great his dentist is. There is no way that like-dislike ratio is correct. It's definitely not. Man. Because I don't care what side political aisle you're on. See, that's the thing. You think it was about politics. It's not about politics, man. In a sense, it's about governing. But these people think these people literally think they're better than the rest of us, right? They literally think they're in their own bubble. They're better than the rest of us. They live in their own world. They're so, great about themselves. And even if they fuck up, if they fuck up, then they say, oh, I'm just human like you. We make mistakes. No. My mistakes have consequences. Your mistakes don't have consequences. Thus, they're not mistakes. They're just repeated choices that you continue to make. Conscious decisions. It's not the same, guy. We're not the same. Right? If I was a drug addict right now, let's be honest. If I was a drug addict right now, and I was struggling and stuff, and I'm a vet, and I'm a disabled vet and all that stuff, guess what? I'll be locked away, right? They'll take my kids away. No questions asked. My road to redemption would be long and fought. It would not be Joe Biden, or Hunter Biden, excuse me. It would not be like him. Jimmy Kimmel is not gonna bring me on and talk about how I came back from my road to redemption and stuff like that and got my life back together. Nah. I try to write a book, nobody's gonna read that shit. You understand? Right? It's not the same. Why? Because his father is in a political position, because now his father is the president's son. You had a literal president, the supposed president's son on TV laughing about being a crack addict. Even though he wasn't a crack addict, he was a cocaine, he was a drug addict, sex addict, he was a whole bunch of stuff, and he was corrupt. Taking bribes, all that shit. They barely touched on that, man. People don't give a fuck. They're snakes. They're spineless. They're snakes. Oh, man, watching that just made me even more mad. Oh my God, it just made me really more mad, man. But hey, I had to throw it out there. I just want to show you guys the clip and stuff, and go ahead and do your own research, all that good stuff, man. As always, I do the live stream 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Check me out on DLive. I don't know if I'm gonna do a live stream or do the stream on Twitch or someone else. I don't know. I think Odyssey might bring out their streaming capabilities. I might do it there. Let's see. The future holds or whatever. I'll load the audio version immediately after the live stream, and then I'll load the video version on YouTube and Odyssey. So go ahead and check that out. Check out the website, blog site, Damien, DAMIEN, Jackson22.com. social media links, podcast links on different platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff, man. Check out the product store, underdogproductstore.com. Grab a shirt or whatever if you want to support the channel, or if you just think the shirts look cool or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. Do whatever you want. Enjoy your life. Have a great day. I'll be back on tomorrow. All that good shit. So until next time.